Hey guys, I'm Danny Spees, and today's 101 ingredient is spaghetti squash. Now, I'm actually really surprised I haven't covered this guy before because it's one of my favorite veggies and I make it all the time. What I love about it is that it's packed with nutrients, but it's really low in calories and it's super filling. So this stuff can be a hungry girl's best friend. So let's go ahead and cover the basics. Spaghetti squash is this oblong yellow variety of winter squash that's packed with vitamin A, potassium, beta-carotene, and folic acid. Now, you're going to see it in the grocery store all year round, and I gotta say, this is one form of winter squash that I find works just as well in the warmer months as it does in the cooler months. It's really versatile. When buying spaghetti squash, you want to look for squash that are nice and hard on the outside, and you'll see they'll be pretty heavy for their size. Now, you may notice that the squash will vary in shades of yellow, and you don't have to worry about that. It doesn't affect the flavor at all. But you do, however, want to be sure that it doesn't have any soft spots or green spots on it. Once you get it home, all you have to do is store it in a cool, dry place, and it'll last you a good 3 to 4 weeks. I usually just leave mine right on the countertop out of any direct sunlight, and I let it stay there until I'm ready to use it. Now, there's a handful of different ways that you could prepare this guy. You could bake it, boil it, steam it, but I gotta tell you, by far the fastest and easiest way to do it is in the microwave. Here's all you gotta do. Just grab a knife and start poking holes all around your spaghetti squash, just the way you would do if you were making a baked potato. About 8 to 10 holes should do ya. Now, whatever you do, don't try to skip this step because these holes are gonna allow the steam to escape from the squash as it cooks. If you don't put the holes in there, then you're gonna run the risk of having your squash explode in the microwave. And Lord knows we don't wanna clean that mess up. Then just pop it in a microwave-safe dish and you're ready to go. Now, the rule of thumb is about 4 to 5 minutes on high in the microwave per pound of spaghetti squash. Now, this guy is about 2.5 pounds, so I'm gonna put it in for about 12 minutes. Now, halfway through, you just want to rotate your spaghetti squash. I mean, technically speaking, I could have put it on for 6 minutes, used the buzzer as a reminder, rotated it, and then finished it off for another 6 minutes. All right, so we're ready to go. Be sure you use some towels or something to grab it with because it's going to be hot, hot, hot. Now, you're going to see that it's going to be nice and soft on the outside, and it may even start to collapse a little. If it doesn't seem soft enough to you, don't hesitate to just pop it back in the microwave for a couple more minutes. Now, make sure you give it a few minutes to cool off before you even try to cut into it, because this guy gets really, really hot on the inside, and you don't want to burn yourself. I let it rest for about 5 minutes so it's cooled down. Now, all I'm going to do is slice off the top and then slice the whole thing in half lengthwise. So once you have it in half, you're just going to open it up, and the first thing you're going to notice is that each side has seeds all through the cavity. So we just want to scoop those out. Just gently take a fork and pull them out. Then all you're going to do is grab a fork and start gently scraping at the flesh of the squash, and you're going to see that it starts to pull away from the skin in these spaghetti-like strands. If you've never tried spaghetti squash before, it has a really nice, light, sweet flavor to it, but more importantly to me, it's the texture. It has these little spaghetti-like strands, and they have a light crunch to them. So they really do satisfy a pasta craving in my book. I mean, a cup of this is only 40 calories. So you can have this instead of your regular serving of pasta without having to worry about a really small portion. Now, spaghetti squash is a great filler. It's a good way to bulk up meals. You could keep it super simple and leave it just as it is. Drizzle it with a little olive oil, salt, pepper, garlic powder, maybe a little Parmesan cheese. It would be delicious. Or you could top it with your favorite pasta sauces, maybe a favorite chili, or just use it as a base underneath any veggie or meat dish. It's delicious. So now that you guys know what to do with spaghetti squash, get in your kitchens and come up with some clean, simple, and delicious recipes of your own. I'm Danny Spees, and I'll see you next time with another Ingredient 101. Now, halfway through, you just want to rotate your spaghetti squash. I mean, technically speaking, I could have put it on for 6 minutes, used the buzzer as a reminder, rotated it, and then finished it off for another 6 minutes. But that'd be too easy now, wouldn't it?